Subject General English, page number 244 to 45. Give brief description of an identity in about 80 to 100 word. In about 80 to 100 word adi wahi 80 di maugdadagina 100 adi samagi wahi mukta of an identity. An identity tamjapam oiba oja amagi matangda give brief description samlapa irau habni ko. To give a brief description of an identity, we may plainly say that this kind of teacher is one who has adequate knowledge in his or her subject, in addition to his or her good moral character. Of an identity tamjapam oibo oja amagi to give a brief description. Samlapa waron akoina pi matamda pibada we may plainly akoina sengna say that harbiyai madudi this kind of teacher asu makhan gi oja si is one asu misa ogadabni who has adequate knowledge in his or her subject in addition to his or her good moral character. In addition to his or her good moral character, mahagi good moral afaba lamsa chajat ki mathakta in his or her subject mana hajariba subject di subject le ko di matangda who has adequate knowledge, who has mase adequate knowledge matik chaba knowledge gyan legedabni habko. An identity should compulsorily possess a good academic career also. An ideal teacher tajapam oiba oja ama habisi a good academic career also. A good academic mana mahimasing tangpagi kanodo career ma sahi matang do should compulsorily successfully possess on the yawudamneba. He or she should be a well-disciplined person. He or she Sinupin Obiai, Nupan Obiai, say should be a well-disciplined person. A well-disciplined Yamna disciplined Bahon Kangba Sam Ogadabneba. Then he or she should be a teacher who is able to make a good relationship between him or her and the student or the peoples of the society everywhere at all times. Then he or she Mahakshi should be a teacher or Zama who is able to make a good relationship between him or her and the student. Mahawati Sata Singi Mara Taleba or Natraga people of society where at all time. Wherever at all time. At all time Matampun of the wherever Mapam Kudimikta Leba, the people of the society. Sama Simui is able to make a good relationship. Afaba mari thamba ngamgadabneba haidi oja ma oire haraga natraga mana si nagi leiriba lekai duda afaba saraga lebiya deba mana bafam khudimki society salubata loiba afaba relationship thamba ngamgadabne haba. The qualities of this kind of teacher must attract his or her students. The qualities of this kind of teacher asumakin ozagi qualities magun sing asina must attract his or her student. His or her student magi satra singbu must attract puning sumat kadabani. To know his or her qualities, all the students will have a deep love and respect for him or her. To know his or her quality, magi bagun singadu khangega all the students Sata Kudimuna will have a good deep love and respect for him or her. For him or her, Mahapu will have a deep love, Yam Nungshiba, and Musung respect Ikai Kunaba Tangadabini. Truly speaking, an identity should treat his or her student, colleagues, and people of society very well. Truly speaking, saying Harabada and identity tabsam oiba oza amana his or her student, Magi Satra Singh, colleagues, Magi Leminabe Singh, and the people of the society, Samaj the Lediba Mue Singbu very well, and Tizana should treat Lenegadabanico. An ideal teacher must teach anything to the student very clearly. in their respective classroom. In the society also, an ideal teacher tamjapam oiba oja amana to the stand satrasingda in their respective classroom akoigi marinaba classroom singda very clearly yam thisna anything karigu posa ama gi matangda must teach tambigidabni. In the society also, he or she is very kind to the old, the poor, the rich, the children, the young, the animal, the bird, and the insect. Since he or she is an impartial person. In the society also Samadasu, he or she is very kind to the all, ahal, the poor, lairaba, the rich, inakunba, the children, angangsing, the young, naha oriba, the animals, sing, the bird, sing, and the insect. Telkang sing the su is very kind. Yam thousand legidabani, since Maramdi, he or she is an person. Oja ama habisi mi makatangi support tawba nate kalu makatai support tawba habidu oridabini habiko. So people love and identify very much. So maraduna people misna and identify tamsapam oiba oja ambu very much yamna Hidohendongna love nungsi. We may conclude by saying that the responsibilities of an identity is very important nowadays. We may include by saying that Akwesi Haraga Lusalvia, the responsibilities of an identity. Of an identity, Tabjafam Obo Oza Amagi responsibilities. Man Tawadabantho si is very important nowadays. Nowadays, Hoyamatamdadi is very important. Yam Namaru Oreba. Do Sikimatamda Tabjafam Obo Ozaji Park Lete. Natra Pesai the Mokta Tambang Akteneva. Described in about 80 to 100 words. Library di akhoi like pafam like makhan mayam nangna leiba ngamdraju phangwan tugan phangwam daju akhoi all the level like khuding maki oiba phangmo yaba mafam khoi gi paisa pirega paisa yamdana pirega like pa bi mafam do du library ko adi matang da IT 200 water samri ru hare. First of all, we may rightly say that a library is a building nikanu or a room containing a collection of books and periodical for use by the public or the member of an institution. First of all, we may rightly say that madudi a library ama habisi is a building or a room. Building mani or natraga a room ka mani containing a collection of books and a periodical for use by the public and a member of an institution. Institution khogi lesson khogi like pabase like tam nimne like pabgi wakhan chang roidana adugi haidi like tamba mido adugi mioi adi by the public adi like lesu gi matang da theget khorpa mi ju leidana aduguna for use sinari damukta periodical matam na matang gi oiba and amasung book like sing a collection pura khomjilaga containing labor a building dolan mathon oiba yai onatarga a room ka ama oiba yai ko library haje. It is a fact that every educational institution of the world and even the club of a locality has a library of its own. It is fact that masi tasinamak ni that every educational institution of the world sangsagi every educational institution like Tapham Lesang Kudimak and Aduga even the club of a locality Lekai Magi club Pauboda has a library of its own. Moi Masagi library like Panaba Je Leneba. There are a large number of books written in different languages in different field or subject. In different field tongatwalamda onatarga subject hiram singda in different languages tongathomba loan singda written iba there are a large number of book like mayam amalay. This book include novel, short story, plays, book on essay, poetry, book on politics, history, science, daily lifestyles of the people, game and sport, art and culture, religion, film, recorded music, etc. This book hariba laising asida include yore novel, waring sereng, short story atene wari sing, play, drama gi wari, book on essay gi lyric sing, poetry sereng gi lyric, book on politics, story, science. Politics, राजनीति, story थाइन gi science began given book laising the daily lifestyle of people koi mi singi daily lifestyle nutigi miyoibna toriba pusi mehengi batang game sport sana khonaba art and culture like amadi culture khogi chanabi religion dharma film recorded music khoi record toro thamba music phogda sigi libraries da loi legeneba. A librarian is in charge of the library. A librarian habisna of the library ma'am thamil do adugi is in charge sanaba oiduneba. He or she is assisted by an assistant librarian. He or she maduda library senagadabi library senagadabi kanan ogadagi habida magi debuthasu assistant librarian khogi mateng pangnaba librarian nupa ogera nupi ogera amana amasu mateng panggadamneba. Besides them, there are some other persons who are employed to find out or sort or book that the customer wants and to keep it again at its proper place when the user returns it to the librarian. Besides them, natana, there are some other person ato misu legani who are employed to find out or sort of the book that customer want. Kulai pa misingduna bamba like singdu khato sing tonaba and to keep it again its proper place when the user returns it to the librarian. When the user koi like pariba sinabising aduna return it to the librarian. Koi librarian juda thangpatamda to keep it mase again at amuhana at its proper place my mafam chana thamnanaba. Briefly speaking, a library is a knowledge store. Briefly speaking, samna harabada a library habisi is a knowledge store. Koi gyan loksingi ba tungsafam mafam amani gyan loksingi pukai amani habiko. It can give any kind of knowledge to the people of our country or of the world, besides the bookish knowledge. It masina besides the bookish knowledge, kogi like the knowledge level misigi the natana or the world sangsargi or notraga of the country levasingi to the people missing the any kind of knowledge. Kogi gyan luksingi matang da makal ama hekta it can give masina pibing ami heba. Give a brief description of physical exercise in about 80 to 100 words. Physical exercise matangda the hakchang hasen tawse si matangda 80 to 100 word 80 to 100 word kimata mukta give a brief description salokpa waron piu hareko. We may simply say that the term physical exercise is a kind of exercise which is done or practiced to make one's body or health a healthy one. We may simply say that madudi the term physical exercise. The term physical exercise haksang sajen haiba wahay asi is a kind of exercise. Khogi exercise makal amani which is done or practiced to make one's body kanagum magi haksang or natarga health masa asi a healthy one haksang phana to keep lainaba practice honanba or nataga is done. Taunaba, if a person has a sound health, his or her mind also will be sound. If a person has a sound health, masaji fatadi, his or her mind also maki wakandusu will be sound. Paganeba. At the time of doing or practicing physical exercise, one should use one physical power to make one healthier. At the time of doing or practicing physical exercise, hakchang asen sanaba matamda one kanagumna should use one physical power to make one healthier. masa phaba niebigi shakti duna to make one healthier masa phata mido hena phagana bo honan gadabne ba. There are many forms of exercise like walking, running, rowing, cycling, swimming, etc. There are many form exercise makhan kyamuk lay like kekeno have the walking khon sum chatpa sanaba, running chen bi sanaba, rowing khogi hi honba sanaba, cycling cycle thowa sanaba, swimming iroibe sanaba, etc. asin singba. Walking has been marked as the best ones among different form exercise mentioned above. Walking khong satpa habisna mentioned above matak ta pankriba exercise gi haksang sengi among different form to anto mong simong da has been regarded as the best one. Khwaidi phabni amani haina longneba. One can do or practice any form of physical exercise mostly in early morning. One kanagumuna any form of physical exercise. Physical exercise has the nana haksang kan bidang nana tauba any exercise do yaiba. Adu kamatam toni mostly in the early morning. Ayu onganam da tawudavneba. Because one will surely get fresh air, which is very useful to the health at this time. Because one kanagumna will surely get fresh air, afaba nusit asengman nusisi pangani, which is masi very useful to the health at this time. At this time, haimatams the very useful to the health. Ko haksang phabada yamna useful kaneba. When we are doing or practicing any form of physical exercise, we would always remember our regular performance of it. When we are doing or practicing any form of physical exercise, haksang hasen akhoi na ama hek taw matamda we would always remember akhoi na always matam punamukta remember nisingadabadi our regular performance of it. Akhoi na masi sang naina tawba sanabaduni. Because a heavy, irregular, and the untimely practice of any form of physical exercise harm the doer health instead of giving much benefit to him or her. Because manamdi a heavy, irregular, yamna kanba irregular sang naidaba and also untimely the matam sadana hadi tawning matam koi exercise to basi matam fix legane bako early morning or evening. Practice of any form of physical exercise matam sadana duga untimely matam sadana irregularly matam naidana physical exercise to bugi mongsna harm the their health instead of giving much benefit to him. Instead of giving much benefit to him, instead of giving benefit hena phaba pi mohota their health akogi dan toiba exercise toiba mido adi basada harm mang tan ba tholiba